Ashe, 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 and Grand Rising, a grand day to you all. Once again, my very beautiful people. And in fact, let me also take this opportunity to wish you all a safe, happy, prosperous, and be more new cycle, the year they call 2023. So, early yesterday, Grand Rising, I switched the TV to the news channel, or to one of the news channels. And just to quickly catch up on some of the things that are happening in the world around me. You see, in as much as we trying as much as possible to divorce ourselves from some of the, the bad news. However, we have to try to be informed and be alert, at least to be alert and know what's happening around me. And after watching and listening for a few minutes, not a few hours, a few minutes, I was immediately inspired to write a song that I heard playing in my head. And the song is called Is This the End? The song asking the question, is this the end? And so after writing the song, I then picked up my old bass guitar. I played along the melody I heard in my head and recorded it on my cell phone and post it online for the world to listen. These days I can't wait to get all the songs and recorded properly, because it takes more than just going into the studio. It takes the system funds. Anyhow, one view after I recorded and posted the song, one viewer linked me and told me that she found the lyrics of the song inflammatory. Yes, by inflammatory I interpret her to mean that my intention was and is to arouse anger, or to arouse an angry or some form of violent feelings in those to whom the cap fit. And that she told me that she took serious offense to me calling and suggesting that all the world leaders are mad and that they are all out of their minds. And she take offense to me calling them evildoers and warmongers. Well, of course, the Mystic Philosopher won't apologize for truth, but I will prove that shortly. And I'm sure that she's not the only one that might be expressing the same feelings and similar sentiments. And so I have decided to respond to her via this video. Instead of just responding to her, I'm doing this video. And I will begin my response by borrowing a quote from the late Robert Nesta Marley in one of his songs called Jaliv, in which he said, and I quote, "The truth is an offense, but not a sin," unquote. Yes, the truth is an offense, but it is not a sin. Now, from the Mystic Philosopher's perspective, the fact that you, my sister, and to whom it may concern, are offended by what I have said in the song, it means that I have spoken the truth. But you just can't handle the truth. You are also accustomed to be lied to and to be fed with lies by these liars. Yes, these poor politicians. For all your lives, that the only thing that you can now safely listen to and mentally digest are lies. Now, let me quickly go over the trutics in the song, in my song. And just for your information, I don't write lyrics. I, the Mystic Philosopher, only write trutics. But we'll talk about that at another time. But even before I do that, before I go over the trutics in my song, please let me give you the English dictionary's meanings and definitions of the keywords in my song that have offended you, in order that hopefully and intellectually by the end of this my response, we might be able to be on one accord. Remember again, this is not my language, so I have to sort the meanings and definitions from the owners of the language dictionaries or lexicons. Now, the first word I will look at is the word war. What is war? Well, according to what is the meaning and definition of the word war? Well, according to one quick Google search, just type it in. Quick Google search dictionary. War is, and I quote, war is a state of armed conflict between different nations or states, or between different groups within a nation or state. Unquote. Now, and according to a website, and the word war again, and according to a website called studylecturenotes.com, one word. And I quote, war is a state of organized, armed, and often prolonged conflict carried on between states, nations, or other parties, typified by extreme aggression, social disruption, and usually high mortality. The set of techniques used by a group to carry out war is known as warfare. An absence of war is usually called peace. Unquote. The next word we'll look at, that I'm sure offend you, my sister, it's the word evildoer, and others too. It's the word evildoer, or evildoers, plural, but evildoer. And who is an evildoer? An evildoer is, again, and I quote, a person who commits profoundly immoral and malevolent deeds. Unquote. So by extension, we must logically conclude that evildoers, to whom I made reference in my message in song, evildoers are people who commit profoundly immoral and malevolent deeds, wicked acts. And it is by their fruits, by their works, by their manifestations, by their levity, or their existence. That is how we do what? We know them. That's how you know an evildoer. Now the third word is warmonger. According to Merriam-Webster's online dictionary, and I quote, a warmonger is one who urges, listen carefully now, one who urges or one who attempts to stir up war. Just give you the definition of the word war above. Check this for yourself. Now, we all know, and our activated common sense will affirm, or at least we should all know, that war is the opposite of peace. War is what? The opposite of peace. Now, peace, according again to the owners of the language dictionary, the English dictionary, and I quote, what is the meaning of peace? Peace, by meaning and definition, is freedom from disturbance. Freedom from disturbance. It's freedom from war, or tranquility, calmness, restfulness, etc. Now, according to Wikipedia, here I give you a quote from Wikipedia as to what peace is. And I quote, peace is a concept of societal friendship and harmony in the absence of what? Hostility and violence. War is violence. In a social sense, peace is commonly used to mean a lack of what? Conflict, such as war, a lack of war, and freedom from fear of violence between individuals or group, unquote. So from just this, the meanings and definition of these four words, we can again logically conclude that as it relates to our natural, native, earthly humanity, war is evil. Let me repeat that. War is evil and peace is good. Again, I ask that you please check these meanings and definitions of these words for yourselves to prove to yourself that I am not one of the evildoers, that I'm not one of the warmongers that is hereby trying to lie to you or try to deceive you. Now, let me read and offer some rather additional commentary on the truthics in my song. Yes, the song titled asking the question, is this the end? And I quote the verse, the very first verse. It said, is this the end? The end of what? As we continue to see. Is this the end of our humanity? I'm asking the question, is this the end? Is this the end? Is this our fate and our destiny? Is this the end, the fulfillment of all the prophecies? From a child we've been taught about the end. Is this the fulfillment of all the prophecies, be it from the religious prophecies or otherwise? Is this the end? My people, can't you see that we are at a crossroad in time? From here, where do we go? Do you know where we are going from here? Do you know? I'm asking this question. And I continue by saying, and all our world leaders, or may I say so-called leaders, because they are not leaders, they lie to us and tell us that they are leaders, but they are not leaders. If they were leaders, then there wouldn't be warmongers. Because you see, leaders will always be in front of every battle. Leaders will always be the first to die or the first to be injured. Their leaders are not hiding in some bunkers or in some safe space someplace else, but we'll get back to that in a minute. But they call themselves world leaders. They are not really leaders. They are drivers. Yes, conners. They're not leaders. You ever see any of these guys up front dealing with real issues? Manly, standing in front of the army that they are sending. They are drivers. They send people to war, but they don't lead people into war. They send people to their death, but they're not going. They have too much to live for. So don't call them leaders. A leader, if you watch the animal kingdom, if you're a natural native earthly human and you look at the animal kingdom, the animal that leads is the one that goes in front. But these guys will stay by. They tell you they're leaders. Anyway, let's not get there. Then again, you get the point. So all the so-called world leaders, they gone mad. They insane. Are you telling me that these whatever they are functioning in natural mind, in the interest of all humanity? I don't think so. Maybe somebody can help me, prove me, and explain to me where I'm wrong. I said they're mad because I don't know the language. That's the best word I can use to describe and define their behavior and their attitude. They're not thinking naturally, or what they would say sanely or sensibly. Not from my perspective. based on their behavior and their attitude. They are out of their mind. Yes. But why I said that too? Let's go to what I call the chorus of the song. He said they are fueling. Fuel as in adding fuel to a fire. They are fueling wars. They're promoting wars. That's what they're doing. Wars. They love wars. Because they're not leaders, they're not going in front of the battle. They're not the ones dying. When last you hear one of these so-called leaders, world leaders, die in battle, in war? How many innocent people, how many people, children, how many of their subjects' children have died? Think about it. You ever hear any of them die? Are their children, are any of their family dying in battle, in the war that they are pushing and promoting? So listen to the rest of the song. I talk about it. It said, look, they are fueling wars. What type of wars? Biological wars, psychological wars, chemical wars. They are pushing what? Tribal wars. They like to see people divided. That's how they conquer and control us. Anything to cause division. War creates division, not unity. Religious wars. Be it Muslims against Christians, Christian against Muslim, Jews against this, that, Hasid, Kofat. Every religion is at war with each other. They are the drivers behind it. And it's very subtle and what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah. They are the ones behind these religious wars, political wars. But the biggest, I continue by saying, the biggest war by far will be a thermonuclear war. Because they are pushing for that. We are at the end. I've been singing about this thing from, check the record even online. I have a song called One Step Closer to a Nuclear War Disaster. That song is on the net now from maybe around 2007 or some way back, or sometime back. Yeah, for a while now. And we see it right now. Even though some of us heads are so deep in the sand, we are not even realizing what is happening round about us and what these so-called leaders, world leaders, are doing and promoting and instigating. Let me continue. Yes, so a thermonuclear war, most people don't even know, have an idea. Even they themselves, they are so deceived by their evil that they don't even have a clue what will be the end of a nuclear war. And because they can hide from the wars that they send people to die with guns and stuff now. They can stay in their bunkers and in their safe space and be protected. Right? They think in their arrogance and ignorance, they're so deceived into thinking that they too will survive a nuclear war. A thermonuclear war. Oh yes, the longest liver will tell the most. And in the verse 2 I continue by saying, is this the end of our earthly life's journey? Is this the end? Are we at the end? That's it for humanity on earth? Is this the end, or is it an illusion or a fantasy? Is this the end? Have we become all that we can be? As humans, have we become all that we can be? Where we can now fall off the edge and recycle? These are serious questions. Is this the end on this side of reality? And I ask the question, where are the peacemakers and the righteous rulers? Because what? When the wicked reign, and this is very book called the Adamic Race History and Holy Book called the Christian Bible, asks the question, it tells you that when wicked reign, when wicked people are in power, when evildoers and warmongers are those that are in control, guess what happened? People mourn. People are disturbed. People are fearful. People are in pain, mental, physical, spiritual, and otherwise. People are confused. There's no peace in people's mind. People are hopeless. See it happening right around us right now. I'm not making this up. Whoever eyes can see will see. But it continues to say, when the righteous are in power, if we had righteous leaders, righteous people who are being fair and doing the right thing, guess what will happen? Then we'll be at peace. There will be no need for me to even talking about this. We'll be so busy, full joy and enjoying life and living in harmony with each other, sharing with each other, and living, becoming our best of our humanity. But because our wicked people are in, then that's why we are fearful. You can't even express yourself. They're coming after you to kill you. Wicked people. And I continue said, they are instigating wars. What kind of wars? Economic wars. Just listen to the TV. Genocidal wars. Yes. Them propaganda wars. Racial wars. Gender wars. Drug wars. Gang wars. Who do you think are behind it? You think it's righteous people that is doing these things? And promoting these things? And instigating these things? No. And the biggest war by far will be what? The thermonuclear war, which is closely at hand. The longest liver will tell the most. In fact, the way this thing may work, maybe we won't even know when it happens. Because we'll be consumed so fast and so swiftly that some of us won't know. In fact, the worst, those who will suffer the most is those who survive. Just like what happened in Japan. They suffer more than the people who were consumed and had instant death. And in the spoken word aspect of my song, I pointed out the fact based on how I was inspired to write it. I did yesterday, early grand rising, and did it same time. Yes. It said, be not deceived, my people. And again, I'm saying, be not deceived, my people. These so-called world leaders are not peacemakers. Let me repeat that. They are not peacemakers. Now, could somebody who may watch and listen to this thing, could somebody show me one government, one of these so-called world leaders, these powerhouses, these, what do you call them now? Whatever, forget what you call them now. Show me one of these governments, be it the so-called mighty America, mighty Canada, mighty England, mighty Germany, all these NATO governments and countries. Show me one of these powerful countries or government that have one ministry that is dedicated to peace. They have ministry of war, the security. They are always spending billions and billions in building more and more war machines, things to destroy earth and destroy our humanity. But show me one with a ministry of peace. Name me one with a ministry of peace. A whole ministry, a whole department in the government, just like how you have them war department that is dedicated, that is only there to bring about peace, that is preparing only for peace. One. I know of none. I can't think of one. All I have is war. I just heard my Canadian government is spending how much, I saw it quickly on TV the other day, to build some new jet for war. They said they wanted to protect the Canadian citizens. How much money are these wicked spending on, or what they are doing to enhance peace, to enhance harmony, to enhance unity, to enhance our humanity so that we can be and become all that we can be in the realm of our humanity on this side of reality? Name me one. No, you see, how are you going to say you're offended when I say they are not peacemakers? Peacemakers, are they making peace? No, they're not peacemakers. Not at all. And nor can they be. They are evildoers and warmongers, as defined earlier. And it is by their fruits, their deeds, that is how we know them. For thus it is written. Yes, this is not something new. For thus it is written of them in their holy books. I will tell you that their Bible and their Torah and their whatever is their holy book. Right? It is written. And I quote, the way of peace they do not know. No, the way of peace they know not. They do not know the way of peace because they are warmongers. Warmongers do not know the way of peace. Don't let them deceive you anymore. There is no, the book continues by saying there is no justice in their paths. Anywhere they go, there is no justice. They are not fear because they are warmongers. They are evildoers. Their mind is evil. He said, no one walks along them will know peace. If you follow in their paths, listening to them, and continue believing in them, you will never know peace. This is according to the Bible, the book called the Adamic Race History and Holy Book, that is called the Christian Holy Bible, according to Isaiah the prophet, chapter 59 and verse 8. Read it for yourself. I didn't make this thing up. It did it long before I was born. So yes, my people, they are pushing more wars and more rumors of wars. They're pushing trade wars, weapons of wars, news media wars, space war. No, they want to fight war in space. Cold War. The Cold War is becoming what? A hot war. And the biggest by far is what? A thermonuclear war. It's at hand, ladies and gentlemen. It is at hand, my good people. So I hope this explains it. Thanks for your time listening. Again, your feedback, your feed forward, your comments and suggestions, I welcome, and they are welcome and encouraged. In the meantime and between time, my dear beloved people, be more, not be less. Be more and much, much more in your becoming. For I am the Mystic Philosopher. Ashe. 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 I say.